She was kidnapped because he wanted a girlfriend. He just couldn't sign up for a dating app, go out to one of those mixers, you know, even go to church. Find yourself a godly woman. He had to go out in the street and kidnap a girl. He has no riz, absolutely no riz, and this proves it. Before we get into all of that, I want to give you guys my beauty recommendation for today's video. And that is the Ruby Kisses All Over Glow Highlighter. I've recommended this before, and of course I'm wearing it on my face today because I only recommend what I'm wearing on my face in the videos. This will give you a natural glow. Also, the middle is like a little rose. I know you guys see it. And this is in the color or the shade Luscious Glow. Really is my go-to when I'm looking for like a natural glow on the skin, because I have it on the tip of my nose, I put it on the bridge, I put it on my chin a little bit, and I put it on my cheeks, of course, just because it provides such a natural finish. Like, I love the way that looks on my skin. You can get it and try it out for yourself. And that is it for today's beauty recommendation. And let's hop right into the video. I don't know if you guys know who Minute Videos are. They have a multitude. They have a massive catalog of just stories being told by different people of their experiences and in sketch form, which is really interesting to watch. I will also be linking their channel down below so you can give them a little clickety, go through their content, see for yourself, and yeah, and I'll also link to the video that we're watching today.
His hand snatched my wrist with such force, and the other wrapped around my mouth. I could smell the stench of cigars from his hands as they pressed painfully deep into my face. See you tomorrow, class! I expect you all to have read chapter 20 by then. We closed our books and rushed out the door. Finally, the day is over, so me and my bestie headed home together. That evening, Hope and I had a plan to go back to my house. But first, we had to get our usual cappuccinos at our favorite local coffee shop. This was always one of my favorite activities, as it always made me feel like a normal teenager. You see, my parents were super strict and really didn't like me going anywhere alone. They always had their eyes on me, but this particular day, they trusted me on my own. While waiting,
and what happened? You ended up getting snatched. Everybody, keep your children on a leash. Do not let them out. I bet they felt so bad that the one day they decided to just let go and let her have her own independence is the day that she gets taken. I mean, what do you do? What do you do after that? Like, honestly, what do you do as a parent when you finally let go just a bit? The girl was getting coffee, for crying out loud. It's kind of like, okay, yeah, lockdown, clink, clink, ain't nobody going out.
I noticed a strange man standing awfully close behind us. He remained too close for comfort and kept staring in a
See, that would have. I'm telling you right now, if I was here with my mom and there was a dude standing behind me like that, oh, embarrassment. Embarrassment. He's going to die. He's going to die of embarrassment because she is going to call him out 1,000%. And it's not going to be in the nicest way. It's not. Even in today's climate with COVID and crap like that, because COVID's still out there. FYI, PSA actually, COVID still exists. I enjoyed it once they had like the 6 feet tape, you know, at checkout. And they had to make people stand there because it's personal space. Nobody could hit me with their freaking shopping cart while I'm putting my stuff on the freaking thing. Now I don't even do that anymore. I'm self-checkout all day. But I enjoyed it because it forced people to give other people space. Like, I give so much space. So much so that people will actually cut in front of me. People will actually cut in front of me while I'm waiting in line. Because I have like, I give the person space. And then I have to be like, excuse me, like I'm actually next in line. They're like, I'm so, like, you know how they do. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't. Child, if you don't get out here.
Strange way. I chose to ignore it, as I thought it might just be a homeless person, and shrugged it off. The lady at the till greeted us nicely, had small talk with us, and so we went on with our business before grabbing our drinks and heading out the door. Stop. Look. There's a man in front of us. I could hear my voice quivering. Hope, being her usual polite self, asked the man to kindly move. But he didn't answer and just stared at us dully. We tried a couple more times before growing agitated, because now he was just wasting our time. So we squeezed by him and his ripped clothes. He barely inched to the side to get out of our way, so we made sure to walk as fast as possible once we got through. Hope had already started talking about something else.
I find it odd. Like, if your parents are very strict, I definitely know if I had like a daughter, especially if I had a daughter, I would definitely have her have like one of those self-defense kits where you have like the pepper spray, the whistle, the knuckle taser. I feel like I would give my daughter that once I know she would be going out with friends. Of course, when she's at like a reasonable age where she can use it without harming herself. I'm interested in why her parents didn't really give her anything like that. Or maybe they did and we didn't get to that part yet.
Paying no attention to what just happened, but I was still baffled. Suddenly, we hear, "Hey girls! Your keys!" The man screamed from behind. I turned around to see that the creep was
stupid heifer
holding
that dropped
my
the keys.
Be right back, I muttered before running.
Oh, Lord.
Thank you, sir.
He swiped it off
I said
her.
hesitantly with a fake smile on my face. You can call me James. I didn't understand why he gave me his name. As I turned around to walk away, a hand snatched my wrist with such force, and the other wrapped around my mouth. I could smell the stench of cigars from his hands as they pressed painfully deep into my face. At that moment, I truly felt like this was my last day. I could only think of God to make this not real. Please spare me. Do not move, or else you will not see your friend live, he said to Hope, who had now run over. I was horrified looking into his soulless eyes. Get in my car. Now! Both of you!
And both? Hold up.
He said, commanding us with such force. We were so scared, so we obliged.
Ah! Honey. This is the part where you go for the jugular, where you go for the crown jewels. Okay? Every man has them. Every man is going to feel immense pain once you kick them. Like, bro, I'm not getting in your car. Because I know once I get in your car, it's done. But not even once I get in your car, because I feel like I would try to find a way to, like, roll out of the car while it was moving. Like, I will jump out of a moving car. I don't care. Like, you're not taking me to any sex trafficking or anything like that. Like, I'm not going. Plus, I will, like, become dead weight because I weigh a bit. I'm a little bit fluffy. I'm fluffy. And then whenever I see the opportunity, we're kicking him in the crown jewels. And we're ready. I don't care if you have a gun. I really don't. Like, send me home. Please. I wish. Kick and run. That's what you should have done. Kick and run. Oh.
Don't worry. Maybe I won't end you, but instead keep you.
And this man had nothing.
He began rambling about some random stuff as he drove, speaking to us as if he had known us his whole life. He clearly couldn't drive properly, and his eyes were never concentrating on the road or things around him. I didn't say anything and just held Hope's hand, trying not to burst into tears. Suddenly, he received a phone call from someone that seemed to be his wife, calling her honey and other sweet words. Who would have known this man would be so...
It's always the married ones.
evil! While he was on the phone, I noticed he was stupid enough to leave our hands and feet untied. So I whispered to Hope, we need to get out of here or else we won't...
He's stupid! He's stupid! You stupid for getting in the car! This man had nothing on him. He didn't even have a knife. And you two, oh, let's get in the car. We're scared. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry it happened to you, but that's very dumb. That's not logical. Why didn't your friend, he didn't have any other associate with him. Your friend could have run off, gotten another adult, and been like, hey, or even if she had a phone on her, call 911. This makes no sense.
Naked. She didn't respond. She was in so much stress, she had lost all color.
Well, she's an idiot.
We continued to drive for what felt like an eternity before he slowed down and stopped at a gas station. Call me Uncle James, he said calmly. I was furious. This was too much. He locked the door so that we couldn't get out, with no choice but to stay with him. We still had our phones, so we decided we needed to call the police once we were at our destination. Once he was done, he sat back in the car and pointed a weapon at our faces. Give me your phones, he yelled. A sinking feeling in my gut grew strong as I tried not to panic. Now we had to give it up or else we would end up goners. I gave him my phone but told him, Uncle James, my friend does not have a phone. He did not seem convinced at first, but chose to just ignore it. I was so relieved.
And that's crazy, because I actually have an uncle named James. I mean, he's dead now, but he's nothing like this dude.
After what seemed to feel like another eternity, he slowed down at what looked like a big farm. It was run down, dirty, and awfully dull.
Lord.
He turned the car in and parked near a barn. He had made the mistake of leaving us all alone while locking his car door, so I knew this was our chance to call the police. We quickly dialed 911 and informed them on the situation and pleaded for help. We kept the phone on so they could easily track our location, and within 5 minutes, they had arrived.
I'm surprised they didn't ask y'all where you were. Because, you know, police and freaking TV shows, even in the true crime videos that I have seen, the operator's always like, oh, what's the address? If I knew the address, I would be telling you! Lord!
We were surrounded by sirens and blinding lights of red and blue. We were so terrified as we had never seen the cops before. They broke the door open right away and began asking us so many questions. We explained how we got kidnapped and
I hope you did not give them that story. I pray. Because if I was a cop and I took this story, I would be like, okay, what's the ruse? Like, this makes absolutely zero sense.
They searched the barn and the whole farm, but the man had heard sirens and somehow managed to escape. So just like that, they asked for our addresses and we were sent home. I never knew what happened to that man or if he was ever caught, but I know now more than ever to be safe and aware of my surroundings. Always trust your parents and listen to them when they say, do not talk to strangers. Trust your gut with people and act fast when something does not seem right.
Story was by Anastasia. Anastasia, you know you's a lie. Guys, did that make any sense to you? That whole story felt so false. There weren't that many details. Anastasia, I'm gonna need you to... I don't even know why Minute Videos put that video out there. That was such a... That story was so bad. That sounds like one of those stories that people would give while in a confessional, while trying to hide something else up. Like, oh, that man was actually her secret boyfriend. Like, low-key, that man was her and her friend's sugar daddy, and they didn't know he was taking them anywhere off to a private location, and maybe his car broke down. He had no other transportation, so now they're stuck out there, and she doesn't know how to tell her parents how she had a sugar daddy, so she had to make up this whole story where somebody kidnapped her. Like, make it make sense, please, because it's not coming together. It's not. Anyway, that was it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching this video with me. If you like reacting to videos with me, go ahead and click that subscribe button so you can stick around for more content. And yeah, I hope you guys have a lovely day. Take care of yourself, and I will see you in my next video.